Hello, everyone. I'll wait for a few people to come in before I get started. But for those of you who have been watching and following, today is launch day. So today I have to reach over here and get a few things. I'm launching my Spirit-Op today planner. It is live in my Etsy store. Now, I do have two versions. I have a full one and a compact one. And I'll talk a little bit about that. You've seen the compact version. If you've seen the YouTube studio, the YouTube short live, that is a version, that's the compact version. So today I'll show you the full version, and I'll show you kind of like flip through what it looks like as opposed to just kind of showing you pages. So I will, okay. Probably should have started with an intro first, but I'm just so excited. So if you don't know what my planner is, it's called a Spirit-Op Planner. It's about intentional spiritual growth, but it's also within a planner. So like it's a functional planner, it's an operational planner, the type of planner that you would use on a day-to-day basis. But what it has into it is a spiritual component to it. Because the problem that I was having is that I wanted both. I wanted my functional planner, the one that I used every day, and I wanted my spiritual planner or journal, which I've tried multiple throughout the years, and I just needed them together. I didn't want to have to carry two. So I decided to create one. And I am so excited about it. Like, I can't wait to use it. In fact, I'll probably use the undated ones to the end of the year just so that I can actually start using it, because I have undated version and a dated version and for 2026. So it's a combination of both of those where you have like that kind of built-in ability to track your spiritual growth along with your functional planning. So I don't know. I can't even tell you how excited I am. I'm at a loss for words right now. I mean, I was leading up to this, and so now it's here, and so now I am very happy. It's like I said, it's live on my Etsy store, which is down in the link. For those of you who are live with me, I do have a special treat for you if you want to come join me through my email and join my subscription. For those of you who are live, will get a special page, spiritual page, planner page that no one else gets. And if you join live, you'll also get a discount for my planner. So it's kind of multiple incentive to join our little group. So, and that won't happen right away. I haven't created the email yet, but you'll get that later. So, so just keep an eye out for that one. And see here, what else? Well, I don't think there's anything else. If you do have questions, please put them in the chat, and I will answer them. So that's what I'm here for. And I really should have gotten like a party hat or like a little whistle or something. I feel like I should have something, and I didn't even think about it. I've just been working towards this day for so long that that it didn't occur to me to have something to celebrate with. So I'm celebrating with you. So let's take a look at the planner. So as you've seen before, here's the front page. So this is just the logo, the spiritual planner logo, which is a feather and a gear. And it's just, I wanted to have some front and back cover. And, you don't have to keep this if you don't want to. And I will be making more front and back covers for this planner. So this is just what I needed to get done so that it could be out there and ready for everybody. So I didn't, it's not colored because I do know a lot of people who want to create their own planners and do their own stuff. But I also will be creating colorful and fun back covers and backs. So those will be like 99 cents, something like really cheap, so that you can make it, you can make a colorful one of these. I just wasn't able to get to those yet, so look for those in the future. And again, you want to know about those, just sign up for my newsletter and I'll let you know when they're out. Or you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, or even here at YouTube. You subscribe, link, and it'll let you know. So, front page. And if it's an undated one, it does still have this. It just says annual planner. Then you have the front cover. So again, this is the Spirit-Op Planner, place to put your name, and then the intentional spiritual growth, which is exactly what this planner is about. How do you grow your spiritual path intentionally so that you can get where you need to go? And I have been doing this. So like in August, I did that, and I was very successful. So I wanted to kind of share with you that as well. You have a 2-year span of a calendar, because everybody, I like to look ahead, but if you're planning a trip or something in the next year, you have New Year planning. So you have New Year planning for your life, so life aspects. Sorry, this is a spiritual one. So this is your spiritual one. So if you do oracle or tarot cards, sorry, it got dark because I showed you a really bright white planner. If you do oracle or spiritual card or tarot cards or any kind of spiritual monthly thing at the beginning of the year, here's a place to put that. It is set up for cards, but you don't have to use cards. If you just want to, pick from whatever your spiritual path is and put something in each month, you can. There's a place for the card of the year, and there's a place for the word of the year. And I will have, as we get closer to the new year, I will have worksheets or workbooks on these, and maybe even a class, which would be super fun, like an virtual in-person class. And then you have the page where you can write everything down. So you can write what all the cards mean, or what meaning you find from whatever you happen to put over there. Then the next one is the life aspects area. So you have 6 areas of your life. You have career and education, health, finances, spiritual, family relationship, and personal growth. And so if you find that you want another area in there, you could put a sticker over it. But I put career education because, some people are getting their education. Some people are in the career. Some people are like me, where they're in a career and doing education. So, fun times. And then some writing prompts to tell you how to fill this out, right? So suggestions on how to fill it out. You can fill it out the way you want. And some area to do some journaling. And then, what 3 aspects of your area of life do you maybe want to focus on this year, and what goals do you have associated with those? So I am actually kind of excited about using that too. And again, some of the updated ones, you don't have to wait till next year. If you want to start now, you can. November, why not? Then you have the start of the month. Each month has a preparation page. And so this is another writing prompt, like talking about the aspects of your life. So what area do you want to focus on? What goal do you want to try and do? It's got a little bit of a scratch pad creative space area, as well as a journaling spot. And then you go into alignment. I love this page. This is this page I just added at the end here, because it has your card of the month and anything you want to write about it. It has a creative space area, and it has the life aspect and the goal that you want to focus on this year, this month. And again, this doesn't have to be something that you focus on. You don't have to focus on a life aspect every single month. But if you want to, like in August, that was my spiritual month. September, it's all about school. So, it's a career. September, October, November might be all about school. And then you have the snapshot page, and that's kind of like your overview, where you have a place for intentions and spiritual notes. And then you have goals and tasks. So you have your normal functional part of it, and you have your memo, like your notes memo. I call all the notes pages memo pages. And then the other thing that you have is like this currently. What are you currently feeling? What is your current mood, your current energy? your emotion, sleep, what's the weather, because the weather can affect that as well. And you can do that, you can do that as you're filling it out. You can do it at the beginning of the day, you can do it at the end of the day. It's up to you. I know everybody's mood changes, but maybe you want to try and keep track of it like at the end of the day. And then this is, because it's the full planner, it has a 2-page monthly. So, and it has habit trackers. So there's a habit tracker, and then there's a motivational message right here and a memo spot. So you have a couple different places to write things and keep track of habits. I know a lot of people like to do that. So I wanted to supply a space for that. And then you get into your week. So it's this is what I'm calling the horizontal layout. So it's has all the way through the week, and for each you start out with the focus area in a spiritual spotlight. So this is like if you do cards, or if you want to do whatever spiritual path that you do, you can do something for the week. So you can do like, okay, what is my card for the week? What is it going to tell me for this week? And then if you wanted to do something for every single day, you could, right? What is my card of the day? You think, oh, that's too much? You can just do card of the week. And then there is a place there to track your mood, right? So your current mood and activity. So mood, emotion, sleep, all that. And you can do it either by number, or you can do it, you color it in, or by color, however you want to do it. And then we're going to flip all the way to the end to look at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, you have a creative space page, and there's 4 different kinds of these. So you'll see 4 different kinds throughout the whole entire year. Some have lines, some don't. You have memo pages. I believe this one has 3, right? So you have this page and then 2 other memo pages, because I typically find I need a lot of pages. And then you'll have pages at the end of the planner. So if you want to print extra pages, you can. And I kind of made it so that if you wanted to print like a creative space page and a memo page, you could, or just a memo page, or just a creative space page with 2 different kinds. You could do any single one of those. I give you that option so that you could use it however you needed to. And then finally, the reflection page. Now, as you notice, there's the currently. What is my current mood, my energy, my emotions, my sleep, the weather. So this is an opportunity to kind of do a summary, like go check back and see how you were doing, and then maybe even kind of write about it if you want to. Maybe you noticed that you were your mood was, not so great most of the month, and you're trying to figure out why. Was it because your energy was low, or because the weather was bad? Sometimes if it's cloudy, you don't have good energy and you don't have good mood. There's also spiritual insight, releasing. What are you releasing in the month, and what are your accomplishments? I like this because I have to track accomplishments for work, and I kind of forget to do it until I have to, like at a quarter or something like that. I'm like, I don't know what I did, so I have to go back and try and figure it out, and that's never fun. So that is the planner in a nutshell, and I don't see any questions. So if you have any other if you're watching this not in live and you have questions, just put them in the chat and I will answer them. But I am so excited about this, and I hope you're just as excited as I am. The compact ones aren't out yet. They're going to be out after this. I wanted to catch the light before it got too dark, because I've done a live in the dark and I don't have great lighting in my house for it. So so we're going to take advantage of the light. But I hope that you are enjoying this as much as I am, and I can't wait to see you all again. And I will, just so you know, like I'm actually going to be doing these lives on a regular basis to show you how to use it. So, like I said, I'm going to print this out and I'm going to be using it so I can walk through, like how I would use it, and maybe give you some suggestions on some of the different areas for it. So while this is the end of the previews, it will be the start of what is now the launch of this the Spirit-Op Planner. And because this is a soft launch, I'll have more fanfare later on when I have time. and you know, and happy to celebrate it. But anyways, this whole entire series will be now about like, how do you really use it, and what does that look like? And as we get closer to the new year, we'll start to look at those New Year goals pages and maybe how to end the year in a way that sets you up for the beginning of the new year. So thank you again for joining, and I will see you all probably tomorrow.